Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm really glad you're here today. I'm trying to put a little something in between the 1,000 blushes that have come out lately. So I don't know if I've tried this on camera yet. This is the Sweed Glass Skin Foundation. In my life right now, I have only been wearing the Lisa Eldridge. I can't put anything else on, but this is really pretty. I've had it on a handful of times. I'm going to actually put it on a palette this time. You need such a small amount of this. I really want to try to get the same effect that I'm getting from Lisa Eldridge, maybe with a little bit more coverage, because I definitely, like, from being outside and stuff, have started to see like my skin getting like dark spots. So I thought we would try this. I'm gonna take a little bit of it on my fingers and I'm gonna dot a little of it on my forehead first. I ordered this from the company and I'm not really sure where else they sell this. I'm going to try to find an easy way of buying Sweed. It came from Denmark, I want to say. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it was Denmark. But I know that it had like something and it was like a DHL package. But it's been a while. But I haven't really had anywhere to go, like where I needed to have all of my skin covered up. But as you can see, this teeny tiny amount of product is just giving really nice coverage to the skin. I like the fact that it feels really lightweight. I like the way that it looks. I like the way that it applies. You can apply it with fingers. You can apply it with a brush. I don't know if I would apply this with a sponge, because I think that part of the beauty of this is that it's not super matte. It's more skin-like. And I think that when you use a sponge, I think it takes some of that like natural glow away. Like, I don't want to say that this, like, it's not wet in any way, but it gives a really nice glow, and I just wouldn't want to have anything soak up into the product. I mean, I haven't even put on concealer yet, and you can see this is already like helping so much. So that's just one once over. Definitely can still see some, little spots. I think what I'm going to do is put a teeny tiny bit more on here. And I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is the Sonia G Soft Jumbo Concealer. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to start with this guy because this guy bugs me so much. Right above my eyebrow. Boy, you just need such a small amount of this. It really goes very far. And even though this like looks tiny, this is still an ounce. It's like, I don't know what happened, but everything got smaller, which, I mean, use less plastic. I'm all for it. It's just, I'm not used to these like small little packages, and I'll go and I'll look at them and I'll say, is that really an ounce? And it has been. So not really great at math. I'm a reading specialist. So I went to Sephora today, and it's this weird in-between time, okay? Everything has been, like on sale through the brands. They're all trying to clear everything out. I heard a really disturbing thing today, and I wanted to address it. Apparently, Saks Fifth Avenue and Saks, which is like online, I didn't realize it was like a separate entity. They have been stiffing the people that send them product. And maybe that's okay with somebody like humongous, like, you know, like an Estee Lauder or something. But they're doing it to smaller companies. And today I copied it and put it on my stories. It details how they are leaving these small businesses that they've taken in with no payment. And they're still ordering. And they've communicated very, very little about it. And here they are. They just bought Neiman Marcus. I put a link on my stories so that you can read the actual article. But I really don't like the idea of the big company, you know, getting the smaller person in and then not paying them. I mean, a company like Saks is not going to pay a company that, you know, puts out a few products and is new, or just a small, you know, a lot of them are women owned in this, you know, it's really bad. And it also said that they are getting rid of like regular department store and they only want to be like super luxury. And I don't even know what that means anymore, because online it's like all there. I don't know. They seem to think that their bottom line is going to be better. So you guys can see this is like a really pretty, kind of fresh looking foundation. It's really nice on the skin, and it still looks like skin. Like I haven't covered up like all of my freckles and everything, but I'm even. It's not gathering anywhere. Let's see. It's not like doing anything weird. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so in our continuing saga of, instead of Shark Week, we have Blush Week. I did go to Sephora today and posted some swatches in a reel of all of the Fenty new, this is called the Gloss Bomb Stix High Shine Gloss Stick. I think what I'm starting to realize is that all of these companies are creating a search engine type in for, you know, to get more hits. So they have like 19 names on each of these now. It's bizarre. So this is the Gloss Bomb Stix High Shine Gloss Sticks. And I bought them in 3 shades. I bought Blazed Donut, which was the lightest shade. It's like a pinky nude. And then I got, is it Fussy? Because it's kind of like that mauvey color. And then I had to get RiRi because it's RiRi's brand, and it was like a fun kind of plummy kind of a color. So I tried to mix it up. Okay. They do have a bunch of liners now. And I know everybody's been anticipating, you know, when is Fenty going to come out with liners? Okay. The liners are very pretty. The colors are great. I thought there was a really nice selection of nudes with different undertones that you can like play around with. I thought the color RiRi was beautiful. I thought that could go with like a lot of those like plummier, you know, like more fall colors. This goes on very creamy and it sets down. And when I say that, like, I had a hard time getting it off with makeup remover scrubbing, it's true. So I decided to take a pass on that just because I always wind up like eating my lip product off and then I would just be left with like weird lip liner. And my advice is the Sephora liners. I love them. They just took some of them away, which I'm not excited about. They took Bellflower, which I loved. I hope that they're just redesigning these because they've been redoing a lot of their different products. There is like a new layout in the Sephora collection area. But just to show you, my favorite shade is Sink or Swim. I think it's this one. Sink or Swim. I think I'm going to have to get my phone. This is my new reading glasses. I just turn on the camera and look at things while I'm here. This is so hard because it has that yucky plastic wrap on. It's the only thing I don't like about these. Okay, yeah, this is Sink or Suede. This is my favorite, number 26. It is like the perfect kind of pinky brownie nude. This one I picked up because I thought it was just kind of pretty pink, and I'm starting to really not enjoy the way the very heavily contoured overlined lip, the way it looks on me. I'm not loving it, so I think I may go back to doing my lip color or possibly trying to make it kind of seamless with the lip product that I'm wearing. So this one is called, these are made in Korea. That's why they're so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's on the cap. Forget it. Okay, this one's called Wino. That's perfect for me. And this one is called Rum Raisin. And I think this one is just the nudist. All right, so we're going to kind of play with this selection tonight. And I want to swatch these lip colors for you. I'm very excited about these, by the way. Okay, so the packaging is very Fenty. Let me get you a little closer. Okay, so very Fenty. They're actually really in a very pretty, kind of looks like it's set in lucite. It's got the Fenty on it, and I kind of appreciate this because it is the color of the product. You know how if you have like a whole bunch of these in a drawer and you're sitting there trying to see, the whole thing tells you what color it is. So right there, it's just a win for me. They pull off and they do a twist up. And you can see that the initials for Fenty are on there. They'll be gone in 30 seconds flat. Okay, I'm going to swatch these first on my hand, and then I'm going to lip swatch these for you. Then we're going to do a little bit of blush. I feel like it's like punishment or something. Okay, guys, we're going to have to do some blush. It's just so funny to me, like, you know, they all were like, oh, they're not going to buy any more eyeshadows. Let's definitely get on the blush train, so that they all just, I don't get it. It's like something every year. Like if it's foundations, it's foundations, or serum foundations, or whatever it is. Then there'll be like a whole year of concealers, and like everybody redoes their concealer. I get it that they're using, you know, these labs that introduce these products to them and everything, but it's just, it's funny. Hello again. So I put a little concealer on. It's the Prisme Libre from Givenchy. I just love this one. So they have redone the powder that everybody loves so much, and it is talc free in the EU now and probably the UK. Um, if you're as in love with this powder as I am, the Prisme Libre #3 Voile Rose, or Voile Rose, or how, sorry if I'm butchering it. If you're in love with this powder, pick one up, because I heard that the other one isn't great, but I also have a second thought, which is go with the pink powder from Mod Beauty. It is talc free, it's clean, completely recyclable, does blur the skin, and it feels like nothing. Like if you hate wearing powder, it's a powder that you would like. And it is substantially less money, I'm sure, than the Givenchy. Okay. I just like to go over it with the warmth of my fingers before I put any powder there. I don't want to. First of all, this whole thing is made of paper. There are no magnets, no mirrors, no metal parts. You can bury this in your backyard and it will go back into the dirt. The powder was formulated by one of the owners, who is, you know, the lab chemist scientist person. And everything that he makes is fantastic. He was the original from MAC. It's not like he doesn't know from Fantastic. I'm using just like a really fluffy little brush. This is just from Natasha Denona. I'm going to go in with the brush instead of the puff today. Just kind of putting it into this brush and kind of saturating it. I'm going to use one side over here, one side over here, go right here. Just on the center. And it really just gives the skin like a really nice blur. And now that there's barely anything left, I can kind of give myself a little blur everywhere. I like using like a smaller, more precise brush lately for powder, just because I don't want it on my whole face necessarily, or in the same amount in that place. Yeah, that looks pretty good for somebody who's exhausted. We had some really crazy thunderstorms and I had to wait to film because it was so loud in here. I don't think that anybody would have enjoyed it. Okay, so we're going to swatch these lip colors. This one is called Glazed Donut. I did notice that this one is sold out in a lot of places already. It's a very beautiful pinky nude color. Ooh, this is like my cup of tea. I'm very excited. Okay. I don't know about the scent. Okay, this one on like kind of like not even. Just gonna try to. I mean, the color's beautiful. This is like, I love this kind of color. Let's put it with my Sinker Suede. Okay. So what I'm trying to do now is just sort of get this blended. I think we have a little visitor. Hello. Hello, Sunny. Okay, I'm not really sure if I'm... It almost smells like Buttered Rum. Glossy medium pigment lipstick with luscious shine and a big dose of vitamin E and shea butter to lock in moisture for up to 8 hours. I will say it feels incredibly hydrating on the lips. Luscious gloss and lipstick hooked up to give you Gloss Bomb's explosive shine in this color-packed stick. Its moisture lock formula is packed with caring ingredients to condition, nourish, and keep lips looking plump. What is the fragrance? Okay. I just looked up what the scent is, and it is the Fenty scent. This is probably why I never wore the Gloss Bomb. There's something about this fragrance to me, this is me personally, that is cloying. And I'm going to try to describe it. And some of you may love it and think it's delicious. Buttered rum, caramel, I am not sure. This is pretty and I love the color and gosh, it feels really good. The scent is not going away. It's not less, you know, I don't feel like it's dissipating in any way. And then now it's like, this is a very hard color to find. It's like, it's a pinky nude. So this one is called Fussy. They're really pretty. As you can see, this one is still here. Okay, science. Here we go. And these colors are gorgeous. And it feels really good. It's a really nice color. A really pretty pinky mauve. I'm going to go in with, this is Rum Raisin. It's a good match. Okay. So this is it Fussy. And I use that with the Sephora Rum Raisin liner. You guys, these colors are so pretty. And the texture is really, it's nice. It moves. It's not going to be super long lasting, but it feels so hydrating. I got to try to get used to this scent and maybe it'll, you know, work out for me. I love this kind of color. All right, we're going to leave this one on for a minute before I put on the last one. I want to just use my contour Clair just to give myself a little shape here. It's kind of late here because it was storming so badly. This foundation's beautiful, by the way, you guys. I really like the way that it makes the skin look. I'm in shade 1. This is like the quickest, easiest, just Brontour. This is just an IT Cosmetics brush that they always have, like at Ulta. I like the tight bristles on this. It's really quick to blend and just need a little structure before we go into all the blush. It would be really nice if I put some eyeshadow on too. Okay, lately I have been reaching for these 2 colors from Mob Beauty. I really like them. They are, whoa, they are falling out. Hang on. So they have their cream clay eyeshadows, and these are cream clay eyeshadows that have a shimmer to them. I know I've shown you guys these before, but they are just really beautiful. I'm going to put the lighter shade of champagne color on. It's just like the fastest eye like in the world. I love makeup that you can just put on with your fingers and be done. This time of the year, it's just like, I'm just going to go outside and sweat. So I like these easy ones. And then I take the kind of amethyst color and I just take it on the outside and I just blend it up and out. I just like really like just the easy breeziness of this. And for fun, I picked up the Westman Atelier mascaras to try, because all I've been wearing is Vast Lash, and we probably should be able to mix it up a little bit. So this comes in brown and black, so I'm going to put the brown on today. I already curled my lashes. This is the wand. So it's got an interesting shape, and the bristles kind of go smaller at this side and bigger, and then they kind of go in like a little bit in the center. I think it's just so you can grab every lash. My sister just got me this cutie mirror. She was in Italy with her kids and her husband. So I got some presents. This was so pretty. So what I did with this is I would go in the bottom and just really try to like wiggle through to sort of build up a base, because I'm not putting on an eyeliner with it today. With the brown, it's just like more natural looking. But I guess we could do a brown liner if we decide to. I just don't really feel like this is the main event tonight. But I have been enjoying this mascara. I've been trying it out. I picked up some of the Westman Atelier colors that I did not have. I don't have all of them or anything, but when I was doing my video for Road, which, by the way, I still cannot believe how much I love that blush. I wanted to do a comparison to the Westman Atelier, so I am going to do a video with those blushes, because I think that they should be part of the conversation. You know, seeing if the formulas are similar, just because they're both like stick and cream at the same time, and different colors. So we're going to look at both of those. As you can see, you can get really nice definition and length, which I love. And you can keep building up this formula. Like, it doesn't get weird and, you know, give you like a, you have to stop kind of a place. You just keep going back, and it is definitely a drier formula. Not in a bad way. It's just, you know, sometimes like when you open up a mascara for the first time and it's like, you like it, and like maybe on week 2, it sort of like thickens up a little bit, kind of gets less wet. This feels like it's already like in a good place. No waiting. But I think this really is a beautiful lashy lash in brown Really natural looking and pretty. No clumps. I like it. Okay, we have one more lip to try. We have RiRi, and this is like a gorgeous. Now I will say, I noticed that they do kind of skip a little bit. Like if you nick one or if you have like a dry spot on your lips, it's going to pick up more product there, and then it just has to like melt, and then you just have to sort of like smush it around. I want to leave this deeper color on while we're doing other things because I want to see if it travels. All right, we're going to put go back into Rum Raisin, I think. Actually, I was going to use Wino. No, I'm going to go with this one. That's a really nice match, too. This Rum Raisin is very handy. I like it. I'm starting to get used to the scent, which I'm thrilled to say out loud. All right. So we are going to take a look at these Hourglass blushes together. And I want to preface it with, I've tried these, and I'm going to give you a very honest review about these blushes. I think Hourglass is a fabulous brand. I think their powders are sensational. I think that their sparkly eyeshadow is so pretty. And I think that they strive to make quality products. I have found that most of their products lean warm. So as a cool toned, usually person, I find it a little bit harder to find a color. Now I did pick out a very light one, kind of a medium one, and a deeper one. They are in this container, and you get, okay, 0.34 ounces, 10.3 mLs, made in Korea. And there are 12-month shelf life for these blushes. You have to shake them. You have to shake them even if you're not. You have to take one drop at a time, okay? And every time you open it again and again, you have to shake it. Even if you're using it right now and you do the other side, you still have to shake it again. So the only other thing that I can think of that has this kind of release on it is a Ciroc product. And what I have found is that I don't even push it. I just take whatever comes out of that first drip, and it will be too much. That is too much. That little bit. Sorry, I put some foundation on here before. So I'm going to show you with their brush. The brush is really nice. It's got a very loose top here, and it gets more dense. I like the shape. I like the size. You can be very, very precise with your placement, which I think is great. Okay, so I've got my one little drop on here, and I am actually going to kind of spread it out a little bit on here. And you really do not want to take a lot of product at one time. So you just like dab it off on your hand, get it on the brush, and those end bristles, and you're going to bounce. And it catches up with you really quickly. Like if you go too fast and you put too much product on, they definitely can get away from you. But as you can see, the color is really nice. Can you believe how little I have? I still have more than half of it left. I'll just give you a little more. Okay, and then what I've been doing is I've been taking a little bit of it and just kind of going heavier where the cheekbone is, kind of back like that. I don't know. I'm trying to do a little bit more face shaping with color instead of always going like I did with the lips. I don't know, I'm kind of just tired of it a little bit. Wanted a different look. I guess I'm doing the other side. This color. This one I think is called Scene. How would you ever know? There's a sticker on the bottom that says Scene. So they must not have remembered to put the name on it either. Or they wanted to make one component for all of them, which makes sense. Okay, so you can see it's a pretty product. It's just very easy to mess up. You have to be incredibly slow. And I honestly think that you have to use less than Rare Beauty, which is kind of nuts. I didn't think there'd be anything. And the thing about it is that they are like a skincare hybrid, so they do have to be shaken over and over and over and over when you use them. And I did use that whole thing, that teeny drop that I didn't even push the bottom to get the drop. It just kind of like came out, and that's enough to have blush on both sides. So this will probably last you until the end of time, I'm guessing. So this color is Scene. It is the lightest color that they have. It's definitely a warmer pink. And I'm going to take this one off, and I'll be right back with the next one. Okay, we're going on to our medium shade, which is called Vision. I wanted to pick the lightest one that's somewhere in the middle, and I have the deepest shade as well. So I shook this a whole bunch, and I'm going to do the same exact thing again. I'm just literally going to turn it upside down and let the drip form. And just that teeny little bit. See, too much of it comes out. So it's a good idea to use a palette like this, kind of split it onto two cheeks. Go in with the brush slowly, because this color is deeper. And I'm actually like wiping it back off onto the palette. I think their brush definitely makes it easier to apply, because the style of the brush that has those bristles that are up on the, not bristles, they're like, you know, I guess they're bristles. Bristles makes it sound like they're hard, and they're not. But they have a loose, kind of sparse, overgrown almost looking, you know, at the top there. And that's what's moving the product so nicely. And as you can see, I mean, this product is going to go a very long way. I mean, what I don't know and what I don't understand about this is, why did it have to be so concentrated. You know, like this could have been, I'm sure they could have figured out like some kind of like really nice skincare ingredients that could have spread this into a thinner, easier to use consistency. It's fussy. It's not easy. It's not carefree. It's not, oh, I'm going to go really fast and get out of the house kind of makeup. It's like, I got to pull out one of these and I got to measure it out. I got to put it on both of these. And if I do too much, you know, I have to go in with the foundation brush again. It's a lot. I'm going to leave this one on and I'm going to put this one on with that so that we can see how they would build together, because you can get some nice shading. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Now that's just going to be way too much. Okay. That is probably like for my whole block. We could all have some. I'm going to spread this out like that. And I want to start further back here. I mean, you guys, when I tell you that like I'm taking nothing, I have played with these, so I know how to like deal with them now, but I can tell you that I looked like an absolute clown when I first used this. Like who knew, you know, that it was going to be this pigmented. I do think this deep color is gorgeous. I think it is just one of those colors that you can just really, you have a beautiful blushy look. I think this will be beautiful in the fall. I think it'll be beautiful like at holiday time. It's just kind of like a rich, like a wine color. And I will tell you the names, I promise. But as you can see, I mean, I haven't even used one of the little dots yet, and I don't know where else this is going to go. I mean, put a little on my nose. I can, you know, kind of put a little bit here. Put a tiny bit of it like in my eye lock. Just to like have the color in more than one place. And go like right up by my eye. But as you can see, I'm left with like all of this blush, and I'm quite blushy. I do think this color though looks so good with RiRi. Like them together. I like this lip. I didn't love the smell of it at the beginning, but I feel like it's dissipated. Yeah, it's there when you open it, but I feel like not eating it this time. This color is beautiful. I think the three colors that I picked are all gorgeous. There weren't a lot of bad colors. There were a ton of these. I do think that with the nudes, it's kind of going to be important for you to go in and swatch these if possible. They all had very distinct undertones, and I'm going to insert some pictures over here of the swatches that I did. They are on a reel also on my page on Instagram. You can see them there. There were a couple colors that I definitely liked, and the liners. If you are the type of person that wants a liner that is going to stay on all day, she has come out with them. They are creamy going on. and budge proof within a minute or two. I thought that there was a good variety of shades, but I'm not the kind of person that does the long wearing lip thing. And my Sephora collection lip liners just don't let me down. I think the colors are beautiful. I can always go over there and match something. They're creamy. They're exactly what I want. And you can keep them sharp because there's a sharpener. I think there's no better lip liner on the market. I really do. Okay, so this was Craft. We had Scene and Vision. So Scene was the light. Vision was that medium color. And then we just went in with Craft. And I mean, I think the result is very pretty, but when I say that they are high maintenance, they are high maintenance. This is not, I'm going to be very, very tired in the morning and slap this on because you're going to put it on and you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Too much of it comes out. I don't love the component. I think that the formula could have been not as intense and more easy to work with. I don't feel like these are for anybody that is heavy-handed, I guess, with blush or likes to be. Because, I mean, I could sit and like go on and on with certain powder blushes just because they like just, you don't get like more, you get to a point where it's done, you know, but these do not. These, you could look like a clown for like days. And they do stain a little bit. I didn't have problems like with, you know, like if I go like this, I'm just going to show you. See how this is on my finger and I'm trying to spread it? Remember how I was loving spreading the product with my fingers when we did the road? Well, this one is harder with your finger. I'm just going to show you. I'm taking a little bit and I'm placing it where I want it. And then I'm really fast going in with the brush. I mean, there's just so much pigment. And I love a buildable blush. I like to be able to have a lot of control as opposed to having to go back in with the foundation brush constantly. It's another reason why I wanted to use this, because I really wanted to be able to correct if I needed to, if I, you know, took it too far. So I do like the edges blurred. So it's always good to have that foundation brush handy. And I do think that a brush, either their brush or a brush like this, where you've got a really, up at the top, you can see it's almost like, looks like some of it's grown and some of it hasn't. It makes it so that you can gently go into product and it will only hit those bristles, and then you get the motion of all of them to pat in a smaller amount of the product. So they're very pretty when you finally get a handle on them. But there have been a lot of blushes this summer, and they haven't been this tricky. They haven't been this hard. They haven't been this difficult. I have to think about how I'm going to say this. Okay. We have seen a lot of blush this summer, and unfortunately, there are easier products to work with to get this look than these. Do I like these? I do. I like them. I think the colors are beautiful. I think they could have given us a cool tone, but it's Hourglass, so, you know, you just kind of have to go with the flow. I think that them having the brush was a must. Now, I do have a brush. It's called the Buffer from Sonia G. Do you see how the bristles up on the top right here, they stick up? That's the kind of thing that you're going to need. You're going to need something that has a very flexible and less bristles going up on the top, so that when you go into the pigment, I'm going to just take some on here because why the heck not? It will become an unruly situation very quickly. So you want to be prepared. You want to go slow. You don't want to press the button. You just want to turn it over and put it onto something that is cleanable, because these do stain. They are nice and long lasting. They're a very pretty, you know, hourglass, light reflecting kind of a thing. Let's see what Hourglass has to say about Hourglass. Unreal Liquid Blush. Okay, these are $36. They have 0.34 ounces and 10.3 mLs. They have a 12-month shelf life. And interestingly, these are made in Korea also. I think that the whole serum thing is really interesting. A liquid blush that visibly plumps with hydration and delivers unreal buildable color for a natural finish that stays in place for up to 12 hours. Coverage is light, finish is natural, formulation is liquid. It says hyaluronic acid helps attract water to visibly plump skin with hydration. An upcycled white lupin seed extract visibly firms skin for a smooth look. I don't know what that is, so I will be looking that up in a hurry. Infused with Hourglass's Unreal Lifting Complex, this serum-like formula instantly hydrates to visibly firm and lift cheek with color for all-day weightless wear. The innovative packaging features a precise dropper to customize your desired look, from a soft wash of color to a vibrant flush. Let's find out what white lupin seed extract does. Okay, so the white lupin seed extract is a plant-based ingredient that comes from the seed coatings of the white lupin plant, also called Lupinus albus. It's made by extracting the seed coatings and dissolving them in sunflower oil and combing it with lupiol extract and stabilizing it. It says that these are a natural peptide, that they are good for anti-aging. They can help restore elasticity and tone and target areas that have become saggy. Anti-inflammatory, it can help treat conditions like eczema, rosacea, and acne. Collagen production, it contains peptides that prevent collagen and elastin from breaking down, and lupiol, an active molecule that increases collagen synthesis. It can be used as a film former to smooth skin and strengthen hair, including chemically treated hair. A popular ingredient in luxury skincare products, often appearing in eye creams and skin firming formulas. Well, okay, so you're getting a nice, I mean, I don't think that they look unfirm, but I would definitely have to think about that for a while and wear this. I will say these are very long wearing. You will have to actually take them off. I think that I'm going to go a little nuts and show you how crazy these can get. Let's just say if you used a whole drop. So So that was a drop. I am going to just spread it around like that. And I'm going to go nuts for you. Slowly. You want to gently tap the product so that you have control. You can bring it up high. You can concentrate it on the cheekbone. It's definitely more dramatic. Just have to be very careful not to get too carried away, because all of a sudden it's not pretty anymore. You know, it's just any more than this and you would really look fairly clownish. And I definitely think it's important with this to kind of soften the edges, just to really blend everything in seamlessly. You can put a very small amount of it on your nose, take a tiny little bit on the forehead if you want. This lip has lasted very nicely. It feels like it's sealed now. My lips feel really hydrated and plump and juicy. I'm going to put these on just one more time for you. These are, seems like a very soothing formula. I would like these in the wintertime a lot. All right, I'm going to go back to the first one because I feel like I didn't have it on long enough for you guys. I love this color. Now, a lot of people think that this is like a concealer lip, and it is. So with this one, I definitely think that sink or swim is going to be the way to go. I want to get used to the fragrance. When it first goes on, it takes a minute for, it's almost like the butters like have to like melt a little bit with your body heat. So like when you're first putting it on, it kind of feels in certain places like if the top of it's not like quite even, like it's bunching up a little bit. But then as soon as it is warmed up, it really just feels hydrating. It kind of evens itself out. You can tap the shape that you want, but they feel excellent. Like this is a, if I had to describe this in words, this lip, it feels luscious. It feels hydrating. It feels like it's got a nice slip, but I feel like it didn't move around a whole lot. I mean, I was talking a lot and I had the darkest color on, and I think it was really pretty. This one is almost, you know, it's not that beigey color that we usually see. It's got that pink in it, and that's why I love it so much. Colors like this are so hard to come by now because they always want to start with the ones that are more like this color, you know, like that, just sort of a little bit more beigey as opposed to that. Let's just say Okay, so if you have more of a warm skin tone, but you like these kind of colors, if you use a liner like, which one is this, the 90s one? The Nudist. It'll make it go more beige for you. And if you do Sink or Suede, it'll make it go more pinky for you. So this is that one. And go back to the middle one. It's very hydrating. Like they still feel good. Okay, going in with the Fussy one. Let it melt when you're putting it on. Give it a second. Really pretty colors. So the light one is called Blazed Donut. The medium one is It Fussy? And the deep one is RiRi. I think these are really a nice formula. And I think that anybody looking for a 100% budge proof, not going anywhere lip liner, I would definitely say to go take a look at these. I went with the Sephora collection just because I love this formula. And I don't expect or like a lip product that's going to be on all day. I don't like the liquid lip feel. I don't mind eating my food and then going to the ladies' room and fixing my, lipstick or whatever. It's been how life has been for a long time. So my final thoughts on everything. First of all, this Sweed Glass Skin Foundation, I like it. I like it a lot. It's more coverage than the Lisa Eldridge. It is not sticky. Just going in with the Dolce & Gabbana. We used the pink powder. So this did take powder already. I kind of like to powder around this blush though. I think it's very, very pretty, but I also think that it has to be tamed. You have to tame the beast. You have a lot of options right now for blush. And I do think these are very beautiful. And if you're willing to go slow, get the brush or have something like it, and feel like you want to take your time with this and not be hurrying and, using a dropper, and if you put it on your hand, it's going to stain kind of thing, you might want to pass on these. But they are very pretty, and I think that the colors are kind of similar to each other, which is one of the things that somebody else was noticing when I was at Sephora also. But okay, so if we look over here, I'm going to put these up here. Whim, which is a bright pink. Vision, which is they're calling a true rose, and that was this one. Scene, they're calling this a soft warm pink. Okay, then they have Moment, which is a warm peach beige. Imagine, which is a rich terracotta. Future, which is a warm coral. And Craft was the deep berry. So I went with the one that was the lightest, that was the most nude. And then Vision I actually thought was the prettiest color out of all of them. And then Craft was just very deep, and I wanted to be able to see if this is going to be deep enough for people. In heavy concentration, these blushes, I think, will show up on anybody. I mean, maybe not the lighter colors without looking ashy, but I do think that these are deeper skin tone friendly, especially like the end of the spectrum, like the terracotta, and this one that's like a, you know, very winey kind of a color that they're calling a deep berry. I think they're a lot of work, and I think they're really pretty. So you have to decide if this is what you're looking for. There's just a lot of options right now when it comes to blush. And this one is a little bit more finicky and requires a little bit more finesse than some of the other blushes that have been just super easy, like, for instance, the Rhode. Okay, so I love the foundation, and I think these lips are beautiful. You gotta like the Fenty scent. And I always love my Sephora collection lip liners. I think that they are fantastic. Still loving my Givenchy Prisme Libre. It's a great under eye. And I also have the corrector, which I didn't even use today. In fact, I have been trying out the Bright and Tight eye cream. And I'm one of those people that doesn't really believe in eye cream. But this one says that it improved dark circles and wrinkles and instantly brightened. And I was like, huh? I looked at the ingredients though. And it's got vitamin C, tranexamic acid, and peptides. I remember Penn Smith talking about tranexamic acid a long time ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally seeing it. And the other reason why I bought this is because it is like a peachy color. So it's kind of like a color corrector and an under eye cream at the same time. This is an intensely hydrating yet lightweight gel cream. The brighteners are the tranexamic acid, vitamin C, and optical brighteners reduce the appearance of dark circles. The firmers are peptides, bakuchiol, and caffeine. Visibly firm, reduce wrinkles and under eye bags. To use, apply 1 to 2 pumps for 360 around the eye and gently massage in. Provides ideal base for concealer. I would go as far as to say is that you can use this in place of a color corrector sometimes. And when they say 360, they want you to do around the whole eye. And I'm just going to show you, like, even if I put some on like now, I'm not saying it gives like coverage, but it kind of does. But I don't know. There's something about it that is blurring, but also, I mean, it's midnight and I'm foaming because of those terrible storms that we had. And I want to be able to edit this tomorrow and just get it going. I'm sorry, I got like stuck in the rain. I look kind of crazy for a beauty chart person. The Mob Beauty guys, I gotta tell you, this brand is becoming a favorite for me. The foundation, I love. The powder that we used today, the pink powder that they make. Oh, it's over here. Is beautiful. It is so finely milled. It's like wearing nothing. And I am not a powder person. I never wore powder for years and years and years. This is a beautiful powder. It's brightening and it doesn't feel like powder. Like there's no tightness. There's none of this stuff, you know, like where you're feeling it and your face feels like it's stuff. And I do, with the Hourglass, you don't even need to powder this to have extended wear. I feel like the wear is just fine. And I feel like the the glow that you get without even having to put on any highlighter is really nice. I'll show you what the highlighter would look like if we did put some on, just in case you were curious. This is just Pearl from Victoria Beckham. I just take my finger. It's nice. I mean, I always like her highlighter. It's beautiful. This or the Chanel are my go-tos. Love all of those. They sit right there. I mean, I grab them all the time. But as you can see, like, the glow is the whole cheek. So you guys have to decide what, you know, what you're liking. The lips, if you like the smell of the Fenty, I'm getting used to it while I'm sitting here. I think these colors are beautiful. I think that the formula is excellent. I think if you're looking for a longwear liner, they exist now. And that about wraps up this edition of More Blush, with other things thrown in to confuse the situation. I still am going to be doing a little bit more blush. I've got some lips that I want to share with you, and we're going to start like really prepping for fall. I'm going to sort of pull back a little bit on spending any money because it's just like a torrent of things that are going to be coming. Check out those sales. Everything is going fast. There are great sales on my Instagram right now that you can look at. I post them as soon as I see them. I put them up. And if you are not following Amit Beauty Talk on Instagram, you guys, she's amazing. I don't know how she knows all of these things. She's so organized and she doesn't miss a beat, and you guys should really give her a follow. It really will help you have a good grasp on the launches that are coming fast and furious, even before Trend Mood has, you know, like her official one done. That's it for today. Thank you all so much for being here. I will have more cheeks for you tomorrow, and I'm going to bid you all farewell because it is way past my bedtime, and I will be editing this in the morning, and you guys will see this tomorrow. So the other thing I wanted to mention is the Chantecaille sale. Okay, so tune in when you watch this video. Not Fit for Print Beauty, Rebecca will have her video up of all of her Chantecaille recommendations and a code for early shopping to get the best stuff at 25% off, and it's site-wide. So that is it for today. Thank you all so much for being here. I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye.